All right, so here we go. So this is my next character deck that I wanted to make. So just like the little Yugi slash Dark Side of Dimensions slash Shining Sarcophagus card, this is supposed to be, this is like the reason why I wanted to make these decks, because I saw like Kaibaman was in GX and he was running a more pure form of Blue Eyes. However, but it was still from that era, like long ago. So I looked up online a type of, so that's why you're gonna, there's one card here you're gonna be like, Kaiba never uses Spirit Reaper. And I'm like, yeah, but I got it from online, so whatever. It's like, it's the only card, right? Just to kind of like match with the, it's also to help out with Crush card and kind of to match the Marshmallow from the Yugi deck. So yeah, that's the reason why it's there. So this is supposed to be a Kaibaman slash Dark Side of Dimensions slash just modern Blue Eyes deck, and particularly from the recent structure deck that we got this year. So yeah, I am more satisfied actually with the Yugi deck. This one, there's a few cards that you're gonna see on the side deck, but I'm like, should I not? However, I do like them. That's why they're here. So without further ado, here's my Kaibaman slash Dark Side of Dimensions slash modern Blue Eyes deck. So first up, we start with the actual Obelisk the Tormentor, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Then we run one copy. So as you're seeing, there's not like many, like 3 copies, because I still want to keep them to be, like character decks. So I'm only running one Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, and it's a Dark Side of Dimension card. It's supposed to be like kind of these 2 cards. I don't know which one but it's supposed to like rival the Mahad from Yugi. So yeah, one Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. So this is more of a modern Blue Eyes card, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And now, because I had to, because these Dark Side of Dimension arts are so cool, not 1 but 3 secret rare Dark Side of Dimensions Blue Eyes White Dragons. I love this deck because of these 3 cards. All right, next up, to help out with the ritual monster, we have Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. Then it's also to make it more like a Kaiba. It's like not to run 100% Blue Eyes card. It's like the characters never have like 100%, of the archetype. So I went with I didn't know these existed. These modern XYC Dragon Cannon Head monsters. So the X Cross Arm Cannon. Then thank you for that. Thank you, Konami, for that Blue Eyes structure deck. 1 Neo Kaiser Seahorse. This Kaiser Seahorse, but modern, a lot better. Here's another one of the XYC White Yare Head. I don't know how to say that. And then the last one, Zillion Tank. 1 copy of Manju of the 10,000 Hands. So this is supposed to be the Kaibaman deck that I saw online, but I'm only running 1 of these. So I'm not using Lord of V, but Dictator of V, has been used before in Kaiba and Blue Eyes deck, sorry. So I'm running 1 of these here. And now for the Blue Eyes, sort of Blue Eyes engine, right? 1 Protector with Eyes of Blue, White Stone of Ancient, the White Stone of Legend, Master with the Eyes of Blue. Here's the card that clearly Kaiba never played, Spirit Reaper. But he runs stuff like Giant Germs and Cyber Jar and stuff like that. Yeah, and Wall of Illusion. But I needed something to like target for Crush card and kind of like keep it longer on the field, so I went with this one. Yeah. Next up, Sage with Eyes of Blue, and then the structure deck Maiden of White, and that's it for the monster cards. All right. So next up, the Magic cards. Same thing with Card of Sanctity. We run Card of the Mayas like the anime. I always forget the after 5 turns you discard your entire hand. Yugi has to keep his hand, so I'm like, you know what, just draw 5 cards. Until you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Yeah. Then we have Graceful Charity, Pot of Reed. Next up we have Bingo Machine, so it's just a lot of draw power here. And then, as if that wasn't enough, I also added 1 the Melody of Awakening Dragon. 1 burst stream of destruction, because this is technically a Blue Eyes deck, and I love this artwork. I mean, come on, look at this thing. I have to put this card here. 1 Enemy Controller, so such a classic card. 1 Monster Reborn. 1 the Fang of Critias, just because Yugi already has a bunch of fusion monsters. So I was like, you know what? I want Kaiba to have like 15 cards on the extra deck too, so one Fang of Critias. Polymerization. Then we have Chaos Form to summon that particular Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Now, for something more modern, Wishes for Eyes of Blue. I didn't want to make this deck absolutely broken, so this is where I have to test the deck. So I have to see if I need to add more copies of like something like this to match with this Shining Sarcophagus, or if running one is okay. One Ultimate Fusion to help out with Blue Eyes Fusions. Another structure deck card, Roar of the Blue Eyes Dragons, Next up, okay, so once again, Kaiba does not run Mirror Force, but because I'm using Fang of Critias and I have a Mirror Force Dragon, then I'm putting Mirror Force. Oh, whoa, what the heck happened here? Oh, I forgot to show the sleeves. Look at that. There were one particular Kaiba sleeves that I wanted to buy, but they were pretty expensive. I was like, one day if I could just get them. And now I resorted to these. Alright, so Mirror Force, next Ring of Destruction. Then to replace Shadow Spell, I went with Fiendish Chain, because it's just befitting, right? If he's playing Shadow Spell in the future, he's definitely going to be playing Fiendish Chain. Then we have the legendary Crush Card Virus. Then I decided to go with, because he has 3 Blue Eyes, I'm like, why not? True Light, you know? Majesty of the White Dragon. So again, there's some cards here that it's not parallel to Yugi's deck, but Yugi does run 3 Shiny Sarcophagus. I don't know how busted that is. I have to try it out. Alright, so next up, the Fusion deck. Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So this one is also similar to the original Kaiba deck that I made. However, there are some differences in this one, because clearly you don't see 3 Thunder Dragons either. So Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Mirror Force Dragon, Destruction Dragon, Doom Virus Dragon, and here we go, the difference. XYC Hyper Dragon Cannon. He used the original one in Battle City. I have 3 of them here. I was like, you know what, I don't know how hard it is to like pull with just a single copy of each card, but I don't care, it's going here. And then lastly, another card, because I love Enemy Controller. When I learned there was a fusion that mimicked like the anime thing, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get my hands on this card. The next up, the Synchros, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and then of course the brand new Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. I mean, it's another Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, so I had to put it on this deck. However, as you saw, there's only 1 Kaiser Seahorse and 1 Maiden, and then 1 copy of the Magic card, so I don't know how hard that's going to be to pull off, but hey, if you do it, cards here. 1 Indigo Eye Silver Dragon. You know, I already have True Light as well to help with summoning all these stuff, and then 1 Spirit with the Eyes of Blue. And now lastly, for the side deck. So this is going to be a little strange. I do like the cards in here, however, I don't think like they actually help out in the deck, so that's why I'm a little confused. Should I keep these cards or should I change it in the future? But you know, up till now, this is what I came up with. So we have 1 Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. So I didn't put the original Chaos Emperor Dragon because I think it's like busted as well. But it's also because Yugi doesn't have the the Blackluster Soldier Emperor at the beginning. So I was like, you know what, I'll just run this one just because it's like modern. Kaiba did have it, and that's it. I'm only running this one. Then something new as well. I always like the Kaiser Glider. So I saw there was a new version. There's actually 2 new versions, but I think this one's superior. Kaiser Glider Golden Burst. I mean, it's pretty cool that he's doing the attack. Then, to kind of rival the Celtic Guardians for the Yugi deck, I put 3 Alexandrite Dragons. I've always wanted to run 3 of them in the deck. I know it's actually supposed to be meant for the Photon Galaxy Eyes. Right? It's like there was like a gimmick there where you can special summon if you sacrifice like a monster with 2,000 or more. Whatever, it's going here. It totally looks like a Kaiba card. Alright, then because it's supposed to be, this is a funny thing, it's supposed to be also a Dark Side of the Dimension deck. Kaiser Voice Raider on the side deck because, you know, there's just too much Blue Eyes cards to run, so I just put it here. Yeah, also I'm pretty sure I need more Dark Monsters to be able to summon the Chaos Emperor Dragon. Then a set of cards that Kaiba supposedly has on his deck, but he doesn't have all these. But I guess this is the first DD set. So DD Assailant, DD Warrior Lady, which we've definitely seen him use this, and DD Warrior. I always liked the DD Warrior archetype when it came out because it was only these three, sure, whatever. But it was so annoying, right? It's like you put it face down and you attack a monster, and then it's like you send it out of play, no monster reborn. That was freaking annoying. And we have a Chaos Emperor Dragon, so we're gonna be having some cards out of play. Next up, another fantastic card is just Cyberjar. We saw that the computer had it, and apparently that was his deck. Also, he also used it on the virtual arc, but the one who actually used it is Yugi. So we had Cyberjar, sorry. Then to easily summon more fusions, Cyberstein. So if you're willing to pay 5,000 life points to summon Boy's Ultimate Dragon, then here you go. And then another card that's just fantastic, Dimension Fusion. Pay 2,000 life points to just bring as many special summon monsters on either field, right? Your field and your opponent gets to do that too, but with more modern cards, man, that's so crazy, right? You can it's just devastating, especially if it's your turn. Silver's Cry, right? I just didn't know this is a card okay, it's a Blue Eyes card. I love the art. I know people don't run this card, but I just love the art, and it's basically a monster reborn for Blue Eyes. So, and it's a quick play. I'm using it. Better than using Saturn Doom, right? Megamorph, just in case there's so much about paying life points here that I'm like, this is gonna come in handy. And then lastly, because Yugi had an extra trap card, I went with Negate Attack because he already has Mirror Force. Yep. Oh, let me change it here. Top cards, so you can see one last view of the deck. And there you have it. That is my Kaibaman / Dark Side of the Dimension / modern Blue Eyes structure deck. And there you have it. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you on the next one.